Ma'am.
For a while, ha? Stop ko na pag-share. Ano niya nakikitaan?
Freeze lang, ma'am, ha, first like.
Ang first slide? Hmm. Let me delete this one. How about this? For a while. How about this one? Okay na?
Yes po, ma'am.
So this was mentioned in the last time. So this is the R, the radius of the Earth. We have lambda. So this one is the theta. So I'm already here, right? So this is a unit sphere. Again, in a unit sphere, the length in the radian of a great circle arc is equal to the angle subtended at the center. So which means the angle subtended in the center is B. So if you can see the small letter B, okay, so we have small letter B on the figure. And so this one is B. And then the side opposite to that angle B is this one, C to A. So which is also known as B. So that is similar. So what a unit sphere is looking into. The same with A. So this is angle here on the side is given as A. Then opposite to that side B to C, that is side A. So that is also similar in terms of angle. Also here C, that is also similar to the angle included here on C. Um, if is it still
Ma'am,
freeze
excuse
on
me, ma'am.
freeze?
Dire dire po na mo pang presentation.
Tirighat na move.
Dire pa po.
At ma'am.
Yan na, waray pa diha.
Same level of mga one slide an sa kanina.
Mm. Hindi problema. I think we need to share the entire screen. Just tell me if something happened. This one. Can you see it now moving?
Yes, ma'am.
This one.
Yes, ma'am. And
Okay.
animations.
Great. Oh, I think it should be the entire. I will sharing the entire screen. Okay, this one. Is it good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So again, if you find some difficulty or some problem, just turn on your mic because I cannot read the comment. So just turn on your mic. It's okay. Again, the angle letter B as shown in the illustration on the unit sphere. So parang nag-slice tayo ng kunting part sa sphere ng triangular nga part. So the angle at the center B is similar to the length of the side small letter B on the illustration here. And then, what is the formula for the law of sine? We have, for the law of sine, we have sine A. So sine A is proportional to sine alpha. So where is alpha in the illustration? So alpha here is, if this is A, this is side A. Pag small letter, ano yan, length of the side ng spherical triangle. Pag big letter or yung mga Greek letters, those are designated as the included angle. Okay? So if this is A here, yung A dito, so yung opposite niya is alpha. So from the law of sine, di ba? From the law of sine, it's proportional to the opposite angle. So the same with si sine B. So if this is B here, on the illustration, if this is side B, yung opposite ni B is where? So, kung makita niyo yung illustration, yung opposite niya is itong beta. So, that is proportional. And also equal to sine C. So, asan si C? So, itong nasa likod. So, this line here. So, this is C. So, opposite to C is equivalent to here, which is the gamma. So, this is equal to gamma. So, the law of sine in terms of spherical triangle, we have a sine A equal to sine alpha, which is equivalent to sine B over sine beta, equal to sine C over sine alpha. So I guess I already introduced this one in the mathematics of Geodesy in the last presentation. And also give a derivation of this, right, in the video that I posted. We have also here the law of cosine. So we have cosine C is equal to cosine A cosine B plus sine A sine B cosine of the angle opposite to this side. So this is C, and opposite to C should be written on the other side. Right? See, we have the orthogonal transformation. So just imagine at one point, merong point dito. For example, this is point P. And then meron siyang projection ng Z, meron siyang projection ng Y, and meron siyang projection ng X. So what will happen if this point here changes its position? For example, i-turn right, pwede siyang mag-turn right, turn left, di ba? And turn around. What if mag-move yung point P? What will happen to the new position of that point? So there is a formula given. We have R1. If the point rotates in the direction along the alpha, so where is alpha here? So if the position of the point P turns to this direction, so it should be 1, 0, 0, cosine alpha, sine alpha, sine, negative sine alpha, cosine alpha. If you check your calculator, you have here, you can input this value in the, I'll just check my calculator here. So I don't know if you are using the Casio 991ES or 5599ES. So you're just looking to shift alpha stat. Kindly check your calculator. You go into the statistics menu. They have their three unknown. I guess that's three unknown and 3 lines and 3 columns. So you just input the values and you directly give the values of the rotation. So for in case the rotation is in terms of beta, so when we say if point P turns the direction the same to this one, so you are going to input this value. Similar to this one, if the rotation is what direction is done? This is clockwise. No, this is counterclockwise. This is counterclockwise along the y-axis, and you are going to use this formula. Okay, so some of the problems already give the value of how far or what is the extent of the angle does the alpha beta turns into, and you just substitute the values on this formula. Okay, so we have going to discuss the difference between reference system and the reference frame. So from the words itself, so it's a set of prescription and conventions together with the modeling required to define at any time of triad coordinate axis. So this is just a number consists of three-dimensional, which we have x, y, and z, or we have the x, y, and elevation, or x, y, z, or nothing is things and elevation of a certain point. So globally, there are a lot of reference system used No, it depends upon the country. So in the Philippines, you are using the Philippine Reference System of 1992, so which was established in the 1992 in which is located in Station Balanacan in Marinduque Island of Masbate. So that reference system, we are using that reference system in conducting surveys all over the Philippine island. So that is the main, para siyang naging mother reference or maging mother control point ng lahat ng survey ng Pilipinas. So in the past, yung ginagawa ng mga surveyor in the past, during the making of the references, Philippine reference system, they started conducting the survey on that area, on the Masbate, and then the Luzon. After the Luzon, they ran through to the Visayas and then Mindanao. And what they did is they established several control points in the Philippines with reference to, means with reference to, ang yung kanyang ginagamit na backsite, nagbabacksite tayo lahat doon sa Masbate Island. But para siyang connect-connect na ng mga survey. Pati yung ating coordinates dito na ginagamit dito sa, for example, sa Leyte, is naka-reference pa rin doon sa pinaka-mother system natin na sa Philippine Reference System. So globally, marami tayong reference system because it depends on a certain places. So for example, in the United States, so diba, sa United States, meron silang sariling reference system na sinusunod. Why? What do you think is the reason why there are countries have their different coordinate system? What do you think is the reason?
Para mag-fit ma'am han era kuan ma'am. Kumbaga han era geographical kuan.
Very good. So para mag-fit. So because if they will be using our reference system, they would cause a large error to them. So 'di ba? So for the Philippine reference system, 'di ba, yung Earth hindi siya perfect square. Oh, perfect sphere, hindi rin siya perfect na ellipse, 'di ba? Para siyang ellipsoid. And then we have the geoid, that is the true shape of the Earth. So, we use this mathematical model na kung saan, for example, in the Philippines, itong point na to within the Philippines is closer yung difference ng geoid, ng ellipsoid, and then the spheroid. So, kung kunti lang yung difference nito, it would cause smaller error for the rest of the Philippine island. So, nagkataon na yung pinaka-close ng difference between the geoid and the ellipsoid is located in the Masbate, then they already established that point as the main reference point. In the rest of the country, they also have position within their countries that konti lang yung difference between the geoid and the ellipsoid. So that is the best position where they can put their reference system. Okay? So, the reference frame also, para siyang frame. Ano bang gamit ng frame? As layman's term, anong gamit ng frame? Para siyang, para siyang hulmaan. Parang nagbe-bake ng cake yung, ang tawag doon, na lianera. So, lalagyan mo ng butter. So, that is the use of the frame. Para siyang hulmaan. So, in the Philippines, we have there in the Station Bulanacan. So, that is being used by the Filipino surveyors for the observation if you are going to use the reference system. So, meron tayong sinusunod na frame. So, a frame cannot exist without a system because ano man gamit ng frame kung wala kita coordinate system. And a system is no practical value without a frame. So, the main Earth sphere deviates radially up to 14 kilometers at the pole because the shape of the Earth is not a circle from the mean Earth ellipsoid. So, the difference between the ellipsoid and the geoid amounts to more than 100 meters, and a root mean square sense by only 30 meters. So, there are different shapes of the Earth that we taken into in geodesy. We have the spheroid, which is the red one. We have the ellipsoid, which is the yellow one, and the geoid. So the shape of the geoid, it depends on somewhat this like shape. So this is the shape exactly of the geoid. Okay, let's continue. Uminom lang akong tubig. Um, can you read, please, Miss Trixie?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't have the voice. Can you please read this one? Thank
What
you.
is what is an ellipse? An ellipse is a conic section defined as the locus of points that moves such that the sum of the distance of the point from two fixed points is a constant. It
Mm-mm.
has a fundamental parameters which determines its shape and elements which determine its size.
Okay, can you explain this one, the first one?
Um, um, ellipse is a conic section defined as the locus that moves such that the sum of the distance of the two fixed points is a constant.
Okay, thank you, Trixie. Again, it has a locus point. For example, we have F1 and F2. So it says that it moves such that the sum of the distance of the point from the fixed two point is constant. For example, if we connect this F1, this is the focus. F1, then we touch the circle, and then, oh no, then we connect to F2. So the sum of this line here up to here is equivalent to this line here. For example, we draw another line, this one plus this one. So this two line here is equivalent. So this is line 1 is equivalent to the length of this line 2. Similar if we draw another line. So this, for example, this one, and then plus this one. So that is also similar in length. So that is the definition of what is an ellipse. So an ellipse has a lot of elements. So these are the parts of the ellipse. So we are going to familiarize with the parts since we are using this one on the computation of the different reference ellipsoid. So we have the center. So I hope you already know where is the center. It's very obvious. And the vertex. So where is the vertex on this illustration? So you have the center. We have the next one is the, what is this two? This is
Focus, ma'am.
the focus of the ellipse, the F1 and the F2. Okay. And this one, the center to the vertex, this is known as
Semi-major.
Semi-major.
the
Semi-major.
semi-major axis. So this is denoted as A, right? This one, and we have the vertex from the center to the shorter line fold from the pole center to the poles, that is the semi minor axis. So from the distance between vertex to vertex, again from this vertex to this vertex is known as the 2a. You just multiply the value of the a. And the distance between the poles, so this is the first pole into the south pole, is denoted as 2b. You just multiply the distance between the two semi-minor axes. Okay? So we have also another ellipsoidal terms. We have the linear eccentricity. So if this is the focus, and then the distance between the center of the ellipse to the focus is known as this is the linear eccentricity. And another is that the angle opposite to that is known as the angular eccentricity. So if this is the line here from this line, so opposite to this linear eccentricity, so this angle is known as the uh, angular eccentricity. Okay. somebody is written on the had written on the comment box. Sorry, I cannot read your comment. Is the presentation still moving?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we can now proceed. So there are a lot of so in Geodesy expect a lot of formulas. So just starting now, familiarize the formula so that in the board exam, madali man lang ang panahon niya during the board exam, dili na magkukuri pag pag-memorize ng mga formula. So as long as early as now, while doing the some exercises, familiarize with the formula. So because it would be hard if ngadto pa kam 1/4 year mag-memorize pa ang formula because there's a lot of formulas to remember to be familiarized in the geodesy subject. Okay? So what is this formula? This is called the
Flattening.
so this is the flattening where A is the semi-major axis and the B is the semi-minor axis. I don't know if I pronounce it correct. Semi or semi? So let's whatever. Okay. We have the linear eccentricity given as the product of your A and E. And what is letter E? I haven't mentioned this one. So what is letter E?
First eccentricity.
Yeah, this is the first eccentricity. Where what is the formula for the first eccentricity?
Square root of a squared minus b squared over a.
Square root of again square root of A squared
A squared minus b
minus
squared
B squared
over
over A. Okay. And we have also angular eccentricity. This can be solved by cosine alpha, where alpha is the angular eccentricity, 1 minus f. So that is also equal to E. So arcsine of E, that is angular eccentricity. Another also, arctan of E prime. Again, what is E prime? That
second
is second eccentricity. So what is the formula for the second eccentricity? We have
square root of
square root of
a
A
squared minus b
plus B
squared over b.
squared over B. Okay, again, this is correct. And this one is correct. So just familiarize. It's okay if you familiarize this. This is the basic one. We have F, the flattening, the first, and the second eccentricity. Okay, so we proceed now. So when you say flattening, this is the compression kung kaano ka-closer ang poles to the center. So just kaano siya ka-flat. So this is just a basic concept of flattening. So, compression of a circle or sphere along a diameter to form an ellipse or an ellipsoid of revolution. So it's called the oblateness. Yung flattening determines the shape of your ellipse or your ellipsoid. So when it comes to eccentricity, can be thought of the measure how much the iconic section deviates from being circular. So, gaano siya kaiba sa pagiging isang circle. So, kindly read the content of this one. Is Tabinas around?
Ma'am? Abines, ma'am?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Is she around?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Mm-mm.
Eccentricity. A parameter associated with an conic section can be thought of a measure of how much the conic section deviates from being circular. The eccentricity of a circle is zero. The eccentricity of an ellipse, which is not a circle, is greater than zero but less than 1. The eccentricity of a parabola is 1. The eccentricity of hyperparabola is greater than 1.
Okay, very good. So the eccentricity of the parabola is 1. We all know that we encountered this topic in our geometry subject, right? And the eccentricity of a hyperbola is greater than 1. By the way, did your teacher mention this one on the math enhancement? Does the math enhancement include this topic? The parabola, hyperbola, analytic geometry? Have you discussed
Waray
this?
po, ma'am.
Waray? Waray nga yan itong math enhancement na subject? Okay. Anyway. So the eccentricity of an ellipse, which is not a circle, is greater than 0 but not less than 1. So, for example, you are going to solve some problems, like you are going to compute for the eccentricity. If your answer is greater than 1, no, that's wrong. So, something is wrong with your solution, or if it's less than 0, then something is wrong with your solution. So that's the one thing you check, since that's the common error of the students. So they spend time in solving the answers, and then they found out it's wrong. It started with eccentricity, so just check. But the value of eccentricity is not less than and greater than 0 but not less than 1. Am I still audible? Medyo makusog ang uran, nagawas. Nabatian pa?
Yes, ma'am.
Medyo makusog ang uran na. Nagawas. Okay. Kindly read. Enzo, Kalewan, are you there? Still on board?
Ang nga tanan, ma'am?
Mm-mm.
So the ellipsoid of revolution, the size is represented by the radius of the equator, and the semi-major and is designated as A. The shape of the ellipsoid is given by the flattening, which is denoted by F, which indicates how closely an ellipsoid approaches the spherical shape. Semi-major axes, meanwhile, and the flattening are just two among the elements in the parameters of the ellipse used for
Okay, so the size is are you done?
di nakita kasi ang ubos mo.
Sige, sige.
Bilya screen na. Sige lang.
So the size is represented by a radius of the equator, the semi-major designated as A, and the flattening as F. So this is just redundant to what I've mentioned in the last presentation. And it's not moving for a while now. Okay. So when specifying an ellipsoid in general, it will be denoted by a pair of parameters. Excuse me. We have the A and the F. So this is the most tricky part. I required my students to memorize this one way back when we have our face-to-face classes back then, because during the board exam, the semi-major and the semi-minor axis is not given. So during the exam, it only mentioned that we use the WGS84 parameter. And if you're already not familiar with the value of the radius of the A and the B, then you cannot answer the question. So familiarize the value of the most important parameter here is the WGS84. This is WGS84. You can find it at the bottom. So this one. So this WGS84, so this is the common reference system which is being used globally. So, for example, in your Google Earth, diba? Bukos na nga tawa, kalimutan niya, is only referring to one Google Earth. So, they are using the WGS84 reference system. Another is be familiarized with the Clark. Memorize nyo yung A or B or yung inverse flattening. Ako in the past, yung minemorize ko lang is C and B. Hindi ako nag-memorize ng flattening. I don't know, hindi lang ako confident na memorize ng flattening. Another also, yung lumabas yung exam during 2016 na board exam, I guess ito lang, Clark. And then the other one, ano pa yun? Basta Clark. Oh, Clark. Clark is very important in the WDC before. But take note, other reference system, yung iba lalabas din to sa board exam. So just familiarize the value. May mnemonics kami yung nung student ako. We only memorize the last part. We have here 254, 245, 116, 160. It's okay for you now because the exam is, di ba, yung exam ngayon is online. So you can scan through your notes. But again, in the actual board exam, you can't do that. So that's why you need to familiarize the value. Okay? So what is the advantage of using the ellipsoid? Kindly read whoever is around. I can see your names. Kindly open your mic. Who wants to read? Who wants to volunteer? Anybody from the class? Can you read? Maybe I should list the names of who is around for a while. Let's start with Jayan, and after Jayan, it would be Krisha Marie. So, Jayan, can you read the slides, please?
Since an ellipsoid is always used as a reference for geodetic survey, the same ellipsoid can be used both as geometrical and a physical surface. The closed formulas for the level ellipsoids permit not only the clear-cut and precise definition of the normal gravity field, but also practical computation of any accuracy.
Okay, so that is the advantage of using an ellipsoid. If we are not using single ellipsoid, so it would be different for us to compute the error of our surveys. And imagine different surface of the earth and the different parts of the earth. It has a different normal gravity field, di ba? It, in the North Pole, mas grabe ang nilang pull sa gravity in that position compared to us here, which is near to the equator. So it differs along. And it is practical for computation. Kung waray at mga numbers, itong 6378, ito ng mga parameters, it would be hard for us to identify our own reference system. Okay, so better if for computation, yan na ang mga survey na yan na madali na lang because we already have a reference system. And most of our surveys, especially if you are using GPS, and that kind of instrument, we are dealing with what is the reference system to be used. The main purpose why we tackle this topic is if we are going into the practice of the data engineering, especially if you are using a advanced surveying instrument, we have here the GPS. So the first thing you must know the basic of the GPS is you must have the knowledge on the reference ellipsoid because if you are using the GPS, it has a lot of option of what reference system are you going to use, right? So we have a number of reference systems. Siyempre, the GPS is manufactured na pwede siya i-adapt in different countries para for better customer. So if dili ka maaram kung ano nga reference ellipsoid dali mo gagamiton, then your survey could result into a large error. Pwede an imong survey pag i-plot na nimo AutoCAD kumadto na Japan. And you are conducting the survey here in the Philippines. So that is the worst case to happen if you don't have the background of what is geodesy. So that is the purpose of why we should adopt a single reference system. So here in the Philippines, we use the WGS84 for the GPS if you are using the GPS. And if you are using a total station and kung papa-approve ang mga plano, then we can use the Philippine Reference System 1992 na coordinate system. Okay, so next one. This is the example. So let's try this one. Determine the following parameters given the semi-major axis of an WGS84 ellipsoid is equal to 6378137 and inverse flattening of 298, 257, 223560. So I'll just assign somebody to show their solution. Kindly have the ball pen with you so that you can share the solution, your solution after. Let's hear from you. Answer item number 1, letter A. Clemente Abines. Again, Abines, you are letter A.
Yes, ma'am.
And next, Charlene Joy, you are letter B. Is it okay with you, letter B? Followed by Ukop. Ivan, you are letter C. Jayan, you are letter D. Again, Jayan, letter D. And Kiano, letter, what else? E. Last one, we have Kiano for E. The rest student, there will be next exercises for you. So I think you can answer it by 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to answer this one. You can take a photo of your answer or just dictate the solution and I just write it uh, on the presentation. So let's start with semi-minor axis. Let's start with who is the one who are going to answer letter A? Abines.
Ako po,
So
ma'am.
let's start with Abines. Okay. Do you already have the
Okay.
answer?
Pare pa po, ma'am.
Okay, so we still have time. So we will be back at 2:30. The time now is 2:30. And then we'll be back at 2:33. So you have 3 minutes to answer. Others who are not called, kindly answer on your own. Mamuray po mic and camera takon computer. And you can write your answer on the chat. Oh, okay, let's just call
Ma'am,
another
tip
student.
out na, ma'am.
For a while ha. Lars, can you open your mic for
Yes, ma'am.
okay, you can answer the one with Ivan. What letter is Ivan? I do. So you ask Ivan what letter he is about to answer.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Hmm. Others who are not um, required to answer, just have it on on your paper. Try to answer the following so that we can check the answer of your classmates. Mm-hmm. Do you have now the answer?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. So you have number one for semi-minor axis. You have now the solution. Can you take a photo of your answer or you just dictate the answer and the
Uh,
solution? Okay. For a while,
so bali ma'am, ungiven is 637 813
Mm-mm.
8137. Tapos,
Okay.
given is 298.257223563. So, bali,
Mm-mm.
ang flattening F is equals to A minus B over A. So,
Mm-mm.
solution AF is equals to A minus AB. So, ikuan lang natin, transpose is equals to negative B is equals to A minus AF.
Mm-mm.
B is equals to A minus AF. So, bali naging positive ang B. B is equals to kuhanan natin, substitute na natin ang value han aton A which is 6378137
137.
and kuan and reference and ginhatag nga kuan na reference. So, bali, pag substitute naton minus liwat han aton kuan na 6378137 divide by han aton kuan f which is ang given is 298.2572235 and 63. So
Mm-mm.
if calculate it using calculator, b is equals to
Six three five six 7 5 2 3 1 4. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the value of the WGS84B semi-minor axis. Okay, thank you, Abines. So let's move to the next item. We have the angular eccentricity. You already have the value of the A and the F. So you can directly solve the value of the. Oh, yes, a sign
Yes,
for
ma'am.
letter B.
Po, ma'am.
Arvin. Okay. Can you share your screen?
Eh, Wait, ma'am. Ano, ma'am? Okay na, ma'am?
Okay. Um, Pwede pa
So,
i-zoom guti? Okay, okay na, okay na. Mm-mm.
so an formula man, ma'am, han angular eccentricity na kung gingamit ang cosine alpha equals 1 minus f. Tapos an f kay an flattening kay equals to a minus b over a man. Tapos
Mm-mm.
kita ko, since na-solve naman ang b, so,
Mm.
gin-substitute ko ang value 1 minus 6378137 minus 6356752.3142 over 6378137. Tapos, so equals to 0.9966471.893 tapos an inverse cosine. So, nakuha ko ang alpha equals to 4.69 degree.
Okay,
Ano to mo?
4.69. So just try to check. The given one F, that is inverse flattening, that is 1 over F. On the given, we have here 1298. Yeah, that's inverse flattening. We have 1 over F.
Yes, ma'am.
So you can either use the formula that was shown by the student, And you can also use D298257722 directly. So no need to use the A and B. So since you are already given the inverse flattening, but that solution will do also. Okay, thank you. We have now the linear eccentricity. Can we have now the solution?
Ma'am, I'm using laptop. I can't show it, but I will dictate it na lang if it's fine.
Okay, okay. Mm-mm.
So for the linear eccentricity, the formula is E is equal to A times E, which A is the semi-major and E is the eccentricity or the first eccentricity. So
Mm-hmm.
yung value ko ma'am sa first eccentricity is 0.08181819190993. Is it correct po?
Mm. Let's just ask the other classmates because I haven't computed this one. So just
Uh,
proceed.
so for the value of A, it would be 6,378,137. So multiplied the two quantities would have
Your E,
521,847.
that's
Then
E, right?
yes
That's
ma'am, linear eccentricity po.
521.
521,847.6371.
Can I ask somebody who has other answers of E? Do you have similar answer with E? Who has the answer of A? 0 point. This is usually 0.08 or has somebody solved for the value of E? May nanak mo mga... Oh, okay. That's on letter D. Okay. For letter D, what's the value of the eccentricity?
Wait.
Dapat
Okay.
ngayon nag-unahi eccentricity kaysa kay linear.
Maklaro la, ma'am.
Anay ha?
Oh.
Waray pa ako nakitaan presentation. Mm. Sige. Okay.
Clear lang. So, to find the first eccentricity, we have a formula. E is equal to square root of A square minus B square over A. So we have the given A or the semi-major 6378137, and then
Mm-hmm.
we have also given B where B I mean what I find B where B is the semi minor access. So ay nakuha naman na to ano ni
Mm-hmm.
Sir ni Mr. Abenes. So E is equal to square root of
08.
63781. Yes, ma'am. To calculate,
Mm-hmm.
we can find the E is equal to 0.08181979.
Is
That's all,
this
ma'am.
similar to the E that was used in item C?
Linear, the linear eccentricity, ma'am.
Oo. Same ba adton nga A? 0.0818? Ano ba adton nag-answer? Malimot ako. Ivan?
Lars,
Lars?
Lars, yes, ma'am.
Similar ano? 0.0818?
1818 ma'am, ay
18 then?
quite quite different, but mine is 0.08181819190993.
Hain kaya ka mo nag-differ.
Ma'am, I will recalculate my E for a moment.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay. Oo. Don't avoid uh, during the process of your solution, avoid rounding up or rounding down your answers. So what happened during the board exam? The given choices are For example, that is, if you round off, it would cause a large error on the answer, and you cannot find your answer on the list of the choices because halaban ira an harabaan given 0.0000 until 9 places. So it would be difficult for you to check if your answer is correct. So avoid rounding up or rounding down while doing the solution. We're doing the solution. But if in case you already have your answer, you can just round it up until a thousands or a hundred. So while doing the solution along, do not round up the values. So whatever is given on the calculator, just copy that one. Okay?
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, pwede maggamit, ma'am, relationship, may direct relationship ni ma'am. For example, ito hiya, ma'am. Um, may kantor ba din or an nambuk asa nga imong ginhatag nga sources, ma'am. May dili
Ah,
direct
Forge.
relationship nga 1e is 1 minus e
Oh,
squared
oh
is equal
yes,
to
yes.
1 minus f
Yes.
squared. Squared.
There
Okay na,
are
ma'am.
there are relationship which is applicable to that also.
Mga derivation man gyud pero, ma'am.
Uh, okay? So again, do not round off or round down during the your solution. Just round it up on the final answer. So we should practice that one para komportable na during board exam. Okay, are we done? We have the last one, the second eccentricity. Let's hear from
Uh,
second eccentricity.
for second eccentricity, the formula for this is second eccentricity is equals to square root of a squared minus b squared over b. So second eccentricity is square is equals to square root of 6378137 squared minus 635,675 2.314 squared over 635,675 52.314. So ang nakamap na ako na kuan din is second eccentricity is equals to 0.08209443842. Tama ba ito, ma'am?
0 point
0.08209443842.
okay. Who already solved the second eccentricity? Right back. You just check the answer of Kiano, if that's correct. And copy this one. This is your assignment. I think I already sent this on the Google Classroom. And we will check this one on Thursday. So just take note that you have to answer this one, and we're going to check this on Thursday. Again, familiarize uh, the reference ellipsoid, the different reference ellipsoid. Please copy this one and share it to your classmates who are not on board today. So I will be waiting for your output tonight. I hope you can submit it tonight so that I can check if you did follow the system of solving this item. Mm-hmm. There are 4 students who already submitted their output, and I guess they solve. Okay, nakasolve man. So where we having now? So on Thursday, right? So for the remaining week, we have to settle that Tuesday is our schedule for the geometric geodesy and Thursday is our schedule for theory. Is that okay with you? So that we can consume until 4 p.m. the schedule. Any problem if we are going to maximize our time for the geometric geodesy until 4? And then on Thursday, we are going to maximize our time on the subject theory of errors and observation. Is it okay? But it will start on Thursday. That we will have to extend until 4. So do you have any question on the presentation that I gave you this afternoon? Can I hear some yes from the students?
Yeah.
Angular eccentricity. Okay la po ba mag 4 degrees? Ano, what's the answer kanina? 4 degrees? Ano, I haven't checked yet. Try to kung pag-solve. Angular eccentricity, right? We have here. Let's use the arc sign. Arc sign, what's the value of E again? Who has the value of eccentricity? Can you dictate para ma-check ko? Who has the value of the eccentricity? Kindly please dictate the value of eccentricity. First eccentricity. Yun na ito nag-answer kanina. First eccentricity. Robin, can you dictate?
0.08181. Ano to?
0.0818
0.08181 9191.
9191. It's 4. How about the second eccentricity? Can you
0.08
check the second eccentricity? 0 0.08
20944.
20944. Huh?
Mo pa naman.
Okay, it's the same answer. So that's 4. Rowling,
0.08
what's the problem? Okay, it's
209
4.69. Okay, okay na. Your answer is 4 degrees alo, lang?
4438
20944,
38 4438
right? Mm-mm,
4.
38. Okay, okay. Rowling, can you open your mic, please? Is there any problem with your solution? Mm-mm.
Yes, ma'am.
Angular eccentricity, 4 degrees lang gumawas.
Diri po, ma'am. Ang 4 degrees sa point, ay 4.69314056
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So you got the answer naman.
Thank you po, ma'am. Kay nagkaka-conflict la po kadtuhan na eccentricity rule po nga no less than not greater than 1 and not less 0.
Okay. No, it's okay with the angular and the linear. That's more than. Just focus on the first eccentricity and the second eccentricity.
Okay po, ma'am. Thank you.
Mm-mm. It's not applicable with the linear and the angular. Okay. So if you don't have any question, I think we will stop by 3 p.m. this afternoon. The I already sent you this presentation, right? Pakita ko lang ha. Just let me know if you already received and read this presentation, this one. Tapos na? Have you encountered this presentation already? Nakita niyo?
May edit tong presentation, ma'am. Ma'am, may tutot mo pa ini, ma'am.
Yes.
Sunod, next one. Okay.
Is it okay if I will be going to have it on record, like a recording one?
Okay, good, ma'am. Sige, ma'am. Okay lang po.
Yes, ma'am.
Oo, yeah. And also the relation. Do you have encountered difficulty with the relationship between the latitudes? This one? This topic? I-share ko lang. I already gave kasi the copy of in the learning assessment of this topics. I don't know if already solved this one. Have you encountered this one? The relationship between the latitude, these formulas? Not yet,
Not yet, ma'am.
but I already gave you the copy of this presentation, right? And also the learning task assessment. Okay, I'll try to have a recorded audio, record video on this topic tonight, and I'm going to post it tomorrow morning. So if I still have time, so I can record this afternoon and I can post it tonight or tomorrow early morning, so that you can submit your remaining outputs in learning task assessment. So we are about late. We are only on the lecture 7, but there are five lectures to go since I leave last week. So there are 5 more. And next week you'll be having your GE days. So another makukonsume na naman na naton time. So ana kung di after nga diri kita mag-extend too much on the December. So kung pwede early kita matapos by December. So, one thing, para mas madali kita, I can give you the recording na lang. Because the, we are already 14. 14 lang kita nag-attend and you are 30 plus or 20 plus. Okay, do you have any question?
Ma'am, yung regarding sa face-to-face classes,
Mm-mm.
uh, when po is the approximate date?
On the second semester. We don't know if EBSU is compliance to that, but they are trying to. It depends on the number of students who are already vaccinated. And not all subjects you are required to come here and do the face-to-face. We are going to prioritize first those subjects that has a laboratory. So I guess you have a lot of laboratory next semester. For your third year, right? Right now, or second year? Second year. So there will be a lot of laboratories. So in most cases, you will be coming here for the lab. So again, I'll be waiting. So since we already have 1 hour, you can finish your activities, and I'll be waiting until 8 p.m. this evening for the learning task assessment on this topic. And expect the recording tomorrow morning. So, dili ko na ada kaya magniyakan yan na. Lubos na kung bukas. Is it okay? So, if you don't have any question, you can leave now. Let's have a photo op muna for the documentation. Can you open your mic, please? Mic camera. Okay, magkikita na ngayon kita next sem. Di warayak na ang ilalahay yun. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Thank you. So if you don't have any question, you can continue your exercises in the learning task assessment. And you can leave now. Thank you.
Goodbye,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you,
Bye,
ma'am.
Bye-bye.
ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Thank you.